Hi, and welcome back to Sunny Shale Gardens. And today I'm going to take you around and show you what my gardens look like during a drought. There are some things that look fantastic, and there are some things that are really starting to suffer. All right, as I've said ad nauseum, we do not have an irrigation system on this property, and I hand water everything. Now, what I hand water is everything that has been planted this year only. So, I'm gonna go around and I'm gonna show you all of the plants and how they're looking, and show you the ones that are suffering. But I'm also gonna show you how I hand water all of the plants. Now, here's an area that I think is looking really good. The petunias are still looking great. I love how the Dara is peeking up in the back. Let me give you a quick overview of the backyard. This is a container of penstemon. Last year I didn't cut back the seed heads and the penstemon just seeded itself everywhere. I'll show you where the original plants came from. Here's the penstemon. So I popped a whole bunch of little penstemon babies out and put them in that container. And once the drought is over and we start getting some more rain, I am going to plant those little babies in the ground. Here's another thing that's looking really good, the gomphrena. I will definitely be saving some of these seeds. And of course the sedum always looks spectacular this time of year. Very pretty. Okay, so I do have some plants in the back here that I have planted up this year. So I'm going to take the hose and just hit these plants. I have a little blue spruce tree in a container right here. Let's move down this way. I have a tree that I want to water down there. I think from a distance, it does not look too bad. When you get up close, that's when things start looking a little icky. This looks okay. We did plant this last year, but we did just stake it up, so the soil was disturbed. So I'm going to stand here just for a moment and give this tree a little bit of a water. But here's a shrub rose that's actually in bloom. Gorgeous. All right, now here is a section that you can see the neglect. Weeds everywhere. Dead plants that need to be removed, and the nemesis, the hydrangea, really starting to look not great. So this will need to be limbed up just a little bit. And I think once I get all this area cleaned up and get some plants in the ground, it's gonna look just fine. Okay, so here's a magnolia that I planted this year. And can't even remember the name of this plant that I grew from seed. Here's another area you can see that I've neglected. I pulled out a whole bunch of plants here and I didn't fluff back the soil and make it even, so I'm gonna have to do that when I get a chance. I completely forgot that I planted the climbing vine Love in a Puff. And look at all the cute little seed pods. So apparently I can let these seed pods dry, and then I can pop them open, and then the seed is in the shape of a heart, so that's why it's called Love in a Puff. Super cute. And I'm just gonna stand here. I'm not gonna go down into the lower beds, but here's a view of the lower beds. From a distance again, not too bad. Just don't look too closely. Let's move to the front yard and water in the plants in the brand new flower bed. think planting petunias is such a bang for your buck. They just keep going. Before we go out to the front flower bed, I want to show you, in my opinion, the bed that is looking the worst. That is the bed right along the side of the driveway. It definitely needs some help. Now, I do have plans, hopefully next year, to revamp this whole flower bed. I have some cobwebs on my tree, but you can see there are definitely things that need to be attended to in this flower bed. But let's look at the Dara and how gorgeous this Queen Anne's lace is. Oh my goodness. I can't tell. I can never decide which one is my favorite. I love the ones that look like little cups. And then the light purple ones that look like snowflakes, and the white ones that look like snowflakes, the darker ones. And then look, here's one that has a mix of the purple and white in it. So note to self, Dara, false Queen Anne's lace, looks fantastic during a drought. This plant has not received water in over 2 weeks. On to the front yard and the big flower bed that we put in the very beginning of this year. It is well over 100 feet long. And yes, it does look sparse. And it looks sparse because I have a whole bunch more plants per the design that I got from a local garden center to go into this bed. I just have to wait and save up money to get the said plants. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to target and water all the plants that were put into the flower bed this year. I am lazy, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the nozzle to full so I can stand back here and target the water at the base of each plant. So I'm trying to target the center of the root ball of each plant. Here is a contorted filbert. I know it's really hard to see. It does look like it's suffering, but there is green. It's been suffering all year, and I'm hoping that next year this comes back and flourishes. I don't think it's dead because there is actually a lot of little green leaves on this plant. All right, moving on, we're gonna target water the Spice Baby Viburnum, some juniper. Again, just targeting the root. I believe these get 6 to 10 feet wide. So this is going to be a beautiful carpet of green underneath this pathetic looking dogwood tree. All right. A better boxwood that gets to be, I believe, 5 to 6 feet tall and 3 to 4 feet wide in a pyramid shape. Carl Forster grass. I did cut this grass back, and you can see how much it's grown and flourished, even with not a lot of water. Now onto a little lime hydrangea. I got the little lime hydrangeas on sale. The one looks good, the other not so much. And then the newest addition to the flower bed is 2 flamethrower redbuds. We have 3 of these beautiful grasses. I cannot remember the name of them. Now it's time for my random question of the day, where not only are you going to get to know me better, but I want to get to know you better as well. I want to build a really fun community here on this YouTube platform, so make sure you comment your answer down below. My random question of the day is, what would your ideal view be If you could choose anything, my ideal view would be overlooking a lake, but in the mountains tucked into a nice little forest. What would your ideal view be? Would it be of the mountains, of the ocean, of a lake, of the tropics? Drop your comment down below. And the focal point of this flower bed, according to the plans that I have, is this beautiful weeping deodar cedar. It's not going to get too much taller than what it is now, but eventually it is going to get about 10 feet wide. So it's just going to be this big, beautiful pyramid shape of dark blue foliage. Here's the other little lime that's looking not too happy. Oh boy. The other boxwood, sorry, the camera wasn't quite where I wanted it. And then around this beautiful heritage birch tree, we have 3 more juniper plants. Now for this side of the flower bed, this is right along the house, and I don't think it looks too bad. But there are a couple of plants that we did plant in this flower bed this year. So I'm going to, again, target water. So here is an evergreen that I got, again, for $20 on sale at the local garden center during their Midnight Madness sale in the end of June. Up here, I do have a little stand of penstemon, kind of around the Dara. I did plant these this year, so I'm going to give them just a little bit of a water. And of course, this blue spruce got planted early this spring. I believe this is one of the first things we planted. And I want to give it just a little bit of water as well. Not showing any signs of stress at all. So that is good. And I love the blue up against the red brick of the house. And one of my most favorite plants, hardy geraniums. Cannot wait for these to get big and full and just fill up this whole space. It's going to be gorgeous. Thank you so much for spending time with me today and keeping me company while I watered in my plants. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you did, and click that red subscribe button down below. I will see you in the next video. Bye.